short week, now a longer week. How do you take advantage of a longer week?
Yeah, the guys we've already worked out twice this week. Again, my goal is to be the strongest football team, come week 18 into the playoffs. So, I mean, that's kind of been a big focus of what we've been doing, and had a really good day of work today. We had to come out and really get after it pretty quick because we didn't have but about 45 minutes of work time. But I was proud of the way they came out and approached today.
Right. You had one game where you had a lead and
we pretty much moved on. We moved on from that week's over with. It was a 3-point game. Should have won the game. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. We're on to the next week now, and I hate to be that way, but that's what I told them to do. We got to put it to bed and be done with it. And so we got to come out and we've got to do all the things that we know that we've got to do as a football team. I was proud of the fact we didn't take penalties, and we're going to move that forward.
Talk about the positives you've seen and what you're building on?
Yeah, I mean, again, I thought McLeod played pretty decent, but, we can't turn the ball over. It's pretty simple. First week we had some turnovers which were inopportune, and last week certainly hurt us at the wrong time. We've got to not only have yardage and have big plays, but we've got to have the ability to not turn the football over. And so we've, that's kind of where we are as a football team. But I do like their energy. I do like where we're headed, with our positivity.
Looking ahead to Toronto, this is a game in the trenches. It's going to be a tough one. They get good O-line, good D-line.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a great test. I mean, just like last week with Montreal, I mean, they've been there, they've done that. That's probably one of their biggest strengths. They believe in who they are and what they are, and their players feel like they'll find a way to win football games. And certainly I think, Ryan's one of the top play callers in the league.
You got a young quarterback who hasn't started a lot. How do you approach a young? Can you do different things to a guy who hasn't got a lot of experience?
Well, I mean, he's been around some good football. I mean, he won a national championship. I mean, he's a guy that I've known and played for Mike Davis down in the Arena League, Indoor League in Vegas. I mean, so he's a guy that's played some top-notch ball, and he's certainly a better athlete probably than what people think. He's able to move around, buy himself some time if he does get pressure, and that's what I just told Trey. I was like, when we're in Skelly, if all of them's covered, you got to move around for us to give us that true picture.
And he had a pretty good debut with a lot of pressure on him, a lot of eyes on him, and people are expecting, with the situation there.
That's right.
He came through pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, look at his stat line, and didn't turn the ball over, and like I say, I mean, Ryan put him in some really good situations.
Your D-line, through 2 games, where would you assess it as far as the pressure on the quarterback? And I think,
it's okay. That we've been sporadic here or there. We get pressure one play, and then another play's got too much time to throw. I thought in the Saskatchewan game there was some extra clicks that allowed him to find his throws to get down the field on us, and so we did good versus the run, but they're at the end of the game. So we've got to you can't you got to play the entire clock to its expiration.
You're there right. From opening bell to the final whistle, you're right there, but you're chasing a lot. And how much does that expend as far as factor of spending too much energy, that sort of thing, when you're chasing the home?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, to go, tick for tack with somebody, but they came out and they went down the field on us. We gave up a big play on like our second play on defense with misalignment, and then had to turn around and offensively went 9 or 10 plays and scored a touchdown, to answer. So I was proud of the resiliency that we showed, and but we've got to learn to play winning football.
What does it mean to have players on your team that have won before? Curley told us after the game that 0-2 starts are common in the CFL. You can have an 0-2 start, you can have a pretty good season after that. How is it important to have players who've experienced that and have had successful seasons and even won?
Yeah, well, they know it's more of a process. It's you can't live forever being down 2 scores, coming back in the fourth. Eventually that goes away. So you've got to find a way to play good football, solid football from the get-go. And we've got to be able to go 4 quarters and finish the thing out when there's zeros on the clock, that you're on the right end of things. All right.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.